In this session, we're going to look at tuples. A tuple data type is similar to a list data type. However, there are two differences between a tuple and a list. First difference is the tuple data type requires parentheses, while a list requires square brackets. Second, a tuple is immutable and a list is mutable. Therefore, we cannot change, add, or remove values from the tuple data type. If you're interested in more content, feel free to read the transcript on GitHub or download the source code. Also, like this video and subscribe to my channel. Plus, follow me on Twitter, connect with me on LinkedIn and Facebook. In the IDE, let me show you the difference between a tuple and a list. Copy the list data numbers, and I'm going to paste them. And I'm going to paste one more time for the tuple data type and change numbers to nums. Next, change the brackets, square brackets, to parentheses, opening and closing parentheses. That's it. We can print the type by writing print, TYPE, opening and closing parentheses, and then pass in numbers. I'm going to copy and paste and change numbers to nums. Now when I run, the console shows list and the tuple. When it comes to methods, the tuple data type only has two methods. I'm going to print nums dot, and we see count and index. However, the list data type has many methods that includes count and index. There are more methods for the list data type because they involve mutating, better known as changing a value. I'm going to print nums dot count. Count lets us know how many times a value shows up in the tuple. Pass in 8, then run. As expected, the console returns 2 because there are 2 number 8s in the tuple. How about if I change 8 to a number like 9, then run? The console returns 0 because there are no number 9s in the tuple. How about number 5? We see 1 because there's only 1 5 in the tuple. The index method lets us know the position of a value, so change count to index, then pass in number 8. Since there are 2 number 8s, Python will only return the first 8 in position 1. Run, and we see 1 in the console. The tuple data type only has 2 methods because they are immutable, cannot be modified. If we try to modify a tuple, then Python will return a type error. For example, if I write nums, opening and closing parentheses, 0 equals 3, this is a command to try and change the first number, 5, to a 3. We already see a brown background. Hover it, and it says tuples don't support item assignment. I'm going to write for the list. It's no problem. If we assign a value to the first item for a list data type by writing numbers, opening and closing parentheses, square brackets, equals 3. Also print numbers. And I'm going to also print nums. I'm going to run, and the console shows type error. Tuple object does not support item assignment, but shows the updated list. that includes 3 as the first number. That's because there's no problem with assigning a different value to a list data type. However, most engineers use a list data type because there are more use cases to change, add, or remove a value. However, the tuple data type maintains protection when we do not want a value or set of values to change. For example, if we had a program that involved coordinates, coordinates are a set of numbers that identifies a point on a line. We should not change a coordinate because it locates a point. I'll write coordinates as the name, and I'm going to make the values be 2, 3, also 3, 4, and 1, 5. 2 and 3 is one coordinate. 3, 4, and 1, 5 are the other coordinates. Print the second coordinate, which is 3, 4, by writing print coordinates. And I'm going to pass in 1, which is the second set of items. The index position always start at 0. Run, and the console returns 3, 4. This is a use case for a tuple. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next session.